I want to say from the very beginning that VS Code is an amazing product. I use it from time to time, but here are a couple of reasons why I don't use it as my primary IDE. I actually tried to switch to VS Code a couple of times, but I always return to JetBrains products such as WebStorm or PHPStorm or PyCharm. As a disclaimer, not every point mentioned in this video might be valid for you. Everything comes down to our needs. I also think that there might be some really good extensions in VS Code which fills that missing features. I tried to search but couldn't find them. If you know those extensions, just let me know in the comment section down below. Hello everybody, my name is Zura and I'm the code host. As you probably guessed, in this video I'm going to talk about the reasons why I don't use VS Code as my primary IDE. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe and the notification bell button and let's jump into the video. Number one reason is local history. Every JetBrains product, WebStorm, PHPStorm, IntelliJ, PyCharm, etc., they have an amazing local history tool, which gives you possibility to go back and see how your project or files look like. Yes, you're right, Git does the same thing, but local history is very useful if you have uncommitted changes and for some reason you modified or you lost your work. Believe me, it happened many times during my career when WebStorm's or PHPStorm's local history just saved my life. Simply you right click on a file and go to the local history. You can see all the versions from the very beginning of the file. But here's an important thing. So local history is available on your machine. So if you're working on two machines, like on your work machine and home machine, so the changes you made on your working computer will not be on your home computer because WebStorm or any IntelliJ product basically saves those changes on a local computer. It doesn't save them on a cloud. So that's why recommendation from me is to use Git as much as you can. Make atomic commits. Commit as many times as you want because you're gonna have very rich history and basically you will have less chance to lose any information. IntelliJ products definitely have very rich and powerful local history tool, but as for the VS Code, there are a couple of extensions. I found the following Stack Overflow link, which shows you basically two local history extensions out there. I tried both of them. They are not as good as IntelliJ's local history. I also found the following GitHub issue, which is still open. A lot of people ask basically in VS Code to implement the same type of local history which is available in IntelliJ. Next, and for me the biggest reason why I stick with IntelliJ is the database tool. As a backend developer, I use database clients every day and multiple times in a day. I need a really good client which has possibility to set up multiple connections, set the read-only mode on the connection, has powerful IntelliSense menu when writing SQL queries to easily read, write, and update data. IntelliJ database tool is exactly what I need. It has support dozens of databases. So I use MySQL, MariaDB, MongoDB. I have used MS SQL Server. I use also Postgres. So I use a single client for every type of database, which is amazing. When you go in the settings mode, you have possibility to set the connection to be read-only, which means that you don't have possibility to update or delete data or create data in this connection. You have also possibility to set up an SSH tunnel, which I also use a lot. So you basically set up the SSH connection, use that connection in the database properties, and then connect to your database through SSH tunnel. And when it comes writing SQLs, IntelliJ's IntelliSense is absolutely amazing. I just love it. When you start writing a select from a table and you want to join to another table, it automatically guesses and suggests on which tables you want to connect, and you can easily pick up the table you want, hit the enter, and just like that, it helps you to write your SQL statements fast. When it comes to VS Code, there are a couple of extensions, but I couldn't find them as good as, not even close to as IntelliJ basically suggests. So here are a couple of extensions. This one is for MS SQL only. The other one, which is also not free, is a tool for MySQL and MariaDB only. The best one for VS Code I found is the SQL tools. It's pretty cool compared to other extensions of VS Code, but again, it's not even close to what IntelliJ basically does. So you install that, you have to install additional drivers for each database you want, and then you can just simply use that. I also find a really good article on LogRocket on which PyCharm is compared to VS Code. And you can find right here the differences and nuances as well. So this one is really good. Even though VS Code is not compared to PHP Storm or Web Store other IntelliJ IDEs, this one will give you the whole idea how it compares to others as well. The next one is a version control system. So I think this reason is absolutely subjective. I'm really used to IntelliJ's version control system user interface. I generally use UI whenever I can, but if I have some troubles and UI doesn't give me what I want, then I switch to terminal. So good UI in terms of version control system is very important for me. How it resolves merge conflicts, how you can check out to a new branch, or how you can go to check out the old commit in the history, how you can see the difference between two commits. All these things are things which I really like in IntelliJ. Out of the box, VS Code does not give that much, but there are pretty cool VS Code Git version control system extensions, like GitLens is one of them. If you know any of those extensions which are really good, leave them in the comment section down below, because I want people to find them useful. Okay, so I personally really like IntelliJ's version control system. Maybe VS Code can be as good as it is VS Code. Just put all your extensions, what you know, in the comment section down below. The next reason is Scratch files. This is another thing I love in IntelliJ products. So I have possibility to create very easily and fast any type of Scratch file I want. The IDE basically supports. So you just hit Control Alt Shift and Insert. That's a little bit tricky. You have to hit 4 keys, but actually then you have an IntelliSense menu and you can choose the file type you want, and then you can use that as much as you want. You can actually create new files in VS Code as well, but the advantage of IntelliJ is that whenever you create Scratch file, you do some work, even if you close that Scratch file, you can easily recover it from the project panel. That's an amazing. So I generally create Scratch files. I might even name my Scratch file to some relevant name. I close it and later I can easily recover it and find out what information I had there. So they don't pollute my project, and also they are inside my project. So this is really handy and really useful. I found one article on Stack Overflow question where people ask basically VS Code equivalent of JetBrains Scratch files. There are not anything that good in my opinion, but there is one really good extension which I find really useful compared to any others in VS Code. So you can check out the link and find that extension in VS Code if you need that, and install and try it. It's not bad. The next reason is multiple clipboard support. It's not maybe major, it's a minor thing, but I use it very often. So I copy a couple of things at the same time. So copy first line, second line, the other line, all of them, and then I go into another file and I paste them one by one. Of course, if those lines are next to each other, you can copy all of them, but when those pieces of code are spreaded into single file or into multiple methods and you want to copy them and paste into another place, then the multiple clipboard support is really handy. The VS Code equivalent is Clipboard Manager extension, which is not actually very bad. So I use that and it's pretty close to what IntelliJ basically does. So just give it a try. I mentioned 5 reasons. The last one, which is the 6th one actually, is probably also very subjective, and it comes basically from PHP Storm. So I have tried VS Code for PHP development and I'm using PHP Storm for years. And when I compare them, and by the way, I create also 2 hours video of comparison of PHP Storm with VS Code with all the necessary extensions. So VS Code with all those extensions cannot be even close to what PHP Storm can actually do. So I have a feeling that VS Code is not as intelligent as PHP Storm and the other IntelliJ IDEs are. So I can say for sure that VS Code was not that intelligent about 1 year ago when I made that comparison. So and PHP Storm was much clever, and that it comes basically to automatically importing classes, refactoring your code, using IntelliSense menu. So in PHP Storm, when you choose a method of an object once, then it starts suggesting that method first because it becomes a recently used method. Okay, so such kind of minor things are very important when you want to speed up your development. And that's why I think that VS Code is not that clever and that intelligent as it is PHP Storm. Maybe VS Code for Python, if you use all those extensions, or VS Code for React or Vue.js is much clever than other IntelliJ products. I can say that for Vue.js also it's not that good as WebStorm basically does. But again, for Python, maybe it's as good. I haven't done that deep comparison. So if you know all those extensions which might be helpful for Python, just let me know in the comment section down below, because I also develop on Python and I use PyCharm, and it will be very interesting to see your extensions for Python on VS Code. All right, guys, that's it so far. Let me know in the comment section what you think. That was my opinion according to my research and my exploration of the internet. I bet there will be really good extensions on VS Code which can fill those gaps I have. And definitely, if you know those, leave a comment down below with those extensions. That being said, thanks for watching and see you in the next time.